In this tutorial, we're going to create a curved wall. This is a stone wall. It curves around adjacent to the building. Then we're going to use the same exterior wall, put two walls across, and then eventually a slab will go on top here and become like a balcony. We'll have a look in 3D. There's the curved wall, curved stone wall. Notice that one side of the wall is 90 degrees. The other side of the wall is 97 degrees. And we've got a certain height, which will change in the settings. And these are the walls, the exterior walls that we've extended out. Notice there's a room on top there for the slab to sit on top of those walls. This is what it looks like. We'll use our guidelines to give us measurements as to where to put the wall. Now notice from the outside of the building to the inside of the wall, which is the straight part of the wall, is 2 meters. Then we come in 240 from each side, which is our wall thickness, exterior wall thickness. Then we're going to learn how to curve a wall, and the radius in this curve is 30 degrees. Then we'll extend these two walls out. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's create our curved wall by using our guidelines and using the existing wall we have in our chalet. Grab the guidelines from the outside, and we want to connect them to the inside of our exterior walls this way. And we're going to connect a guideline to the outside of our perimeter wall. Now we're going to move those. The curved wall is 2 meters away from this wall, so just grab the cursor, the orange cursor, drag up. As you drag, just type in 2 meters, and there's our position for our wall. It's got to go in. And while we're doing that, we need to also drag another line in, because we're going to move this side of the wall down 1,000. So let's grab our guideline, drag it up and type in 1,000, which is 1 meter. And that's where we're going to pull the wall down to. This will make sense in a moment. First, we need to open wall settings. Just double click on the wall in the toolbox and go to the settings. We're going to change a few settings here, and the top box here we have to have not linked. We don't want to link this wall to the other stories, and we're going to make this wall 3.3, so 3300, and the bottom of the wall will stay 100, minus 100 below 0. Now over in this side we're going to select this first tab, a composite. And as we go in here, we'll be able to find stone structural, which is just there. Now, in stone structural, we need to change some of the sizes of our curved wall. Select the first tab here, and we're going to type the thickness of our wall, 610 millimeters. The next choice we have to make is one side of our wall is 90, the other side is 97. So select straight and slanted and change the measurement here. This top measurement should be 90 degrees. That means where you see the little icon in here, that means that angle is going to be 90 on that side of the wall. And on the outside of the wall, we're going to make it 97. So you need to have 90 at the top angle, 97. And the other important selection we have to make is we need to choose the outside face, because when we draw it in, it will be drawing to the outside face of the wall. Down here, let's turn off override surfaces, and we'll make it the natural stone that it is. It's on external layer, and that's all we need to change. Now we're ready to insert our wall. Now with this wall, we need to insert it from left to right. Press OK. We've got our measurements here in between our two exterior walls here. That's our distance, and we're going to draw that in. So we've got wall selected. I'll zoom in a little bit. Just select that point here, pull it along, and it should snap to the other side. And there's our curved wall. Now we're going to move it down, this corner down 1 meter. So what we need to do is just select the arrow tool, select our wall, and just hold, and the pet palette will come up. Make sure you select here stretch. Once stretch is selected, you can just pull the wall down until it snaps to the 2 guidelines. So we made it. Now we need to curve it. We've brought it down 1 meter. Just click in the middle of the wall here, select it. When the pet palette comes up, you need to select curve edge. Once that's selected, just push up, and in the arc radius, type in 30, and that will give us a 30 degrees radius, and hit enter. And there's our wall is inserted. If you right click and just go to deselect all, let's go into the 3D view and have a look. So there's our wall we've just inserted. Now you need to check that the inside here, the wall closest to the house, is 90 degrees here, and on the outside it's 97. Now we note on our plan that the external wall that we're going to put across to the curved stone wall, the same properties as our exterior wall. How we get those is by using the eyedropper. Just notice that we need to put some guidelines in. From the outside exterior wall to the inside here is 1800 millimeters, and the same on this side. So we go from the outside to the inside, 1800 millimeters, and we just draw from the exterior wall through to the stone wall. Go back into ArchiCAD. We select the dropper, and what this does is when we select an item with the dropper, it just collects the properties of that wall. I don't have to go through and set it all up again. So just click on there, and when we open the wall settings, the settings are exactly as the exterior wall. All we're going to do is change some heights now. We need to go in and change the story to home +1. And we need to change some measurements in the top. We need that top measurement to be 0. We don't want the wall sticking up. And we want the height of the wall is going to be 3 meters. And the bottom here, we're going to put -100. So it matches the exterior wall of the house. These walls are going to come across to form the balcony of our chalet. Once that's done, all the settings should be the same as an exterior wall. The only thing we need to make sure we've selected is down here. We need to make sure that we're working to the inside reference, the inside face, not the outside face. So select that and just press OK. Now it's important when we draw these walls in, the wall on the left-hand side we're going to draw downwards. The wall on the right-hand side we're going to draw upwards. Let's put our reference lines in. Let's bring that, snap it to the outside, and we'll bring one from this side. Snap it to the outside. Now when we grab the yellow, the orange circle, there it is, just drag it in and then type 1800, enter. And the same on this side. Make sure you select the right one, the outside. Just drag it in, 1800, just type it straight in, enter. And now we have our position where we're going to draw our walls in. So the wall is selected in the toolbox. Make sure single wall is selected. And like I said, on this side, we're going to just go with the intersection, drag it down where it hits the other wall there, click. And this one we're going to go upwards. So start with the existing chalet wall, go upwards until we hit the curved stone wall. And now let's have a look in 3D. You'll just notice there that the brick is on the outside on both walls because we inserted them the correct way. If you inserted them the other way, the brick would be on the inside. Just need to take note of that. Let's have a look in 3D. And we can see that our walls have been put in and they come across and attach to our stone wall. Now, if your wall is showing to be coming through the stone wall, then Remember, in the element attributes, you've got the property slider, and I'll just go through that with you. If we select the stone wall, go into options, element attributes, and building materials, you'll notice that what we've just selected, the stone wall here, it's got a slider, and there's a property slider. It's at 770. If I bring that slider down, right down there, so it's got weaker properties, I'll show you what will happen. Our wall goes straight through the stone wall. Okay, so if your wall is looking like that, we want to bring the properties of the stone wall greater than the external chalet wall. So let's go back in. So it's options, element attributes, make sure the wall is selected, building materials, and we need to slide the slider up. This needs to be about 730. So notice my circle there. There we are. 730, 742, okay. It has it, so we need to select that wall. Go to options, element attributes. Okay, it looks like the brick structural is 760. That's why it's doing that. So let's slide that down below 730. That should be okay now. So these are the things, once you're aware of that, you can go ahead and change the properties of your walls and materials. Now, like I mentioned before, to get rid of our guidelines, we just hold the cursor on until the orange circle comes up, drag it over, and the bin will appear, and you can just put your guidelines in the bin.